So, as usual, we are basically doing our pre-stream to get the stream up and established for the raid. Because if you don't get that done in advance, then bad things happen. Bad things. Anyway, we've got Talab in the chat right now. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
And it's TR day, so I'm going to start heading towards there. We won't do it yet, but we'll be getting there soon. I'm also loving the conversation currently happening over on the Wednesday lunchtime stream, whatever you want to call it. There's a good conversation. Somebody, I don't know who brought up the hardcore season, but I've got a lot of thoughts on that, which I'll probably delve into right after the stream raid's over, because it's active and live and people are having a good time with it. But man, I would like to see certain things happen on the hardcore season, but it doesn't sound like we're going to get them.
I don't know. He's been spewing a lot of nonsense to me, but that's just my opinion.
Well, he's a hype man.
Yeah.
Hype man giving hype.
Yeah. We'll see. That's all I gotta say is we'll see. You know, I want that raid to be something special, but
Oh, yeah, I don't know anything about the raid. It could be anything, who knows. Double daily, of course, because I rolled my gold roll like yesterday, so of course it would be double daily dice. That is how fate works, my friends.
I do it all the time, buddy.
Yeah, I work really hard to like try to get it to the weekend and leave it there, but then I just forget. This is a weird opinion to me. I guess we'll save it. But man, it feels so odd. I just don't understand the idea of people like being cool with dual boxing your way to the leaderboard. Like, if I take account A and make like the Samus account, and then I take account B, like Samus carries, and Samus carries 500 or dies 500 times, why Samus A doesn't die at all and pikes at the beginning of the quest. I feel like yes, I took a character and got to here, but is it really the same?
No. It's basically cheating, right?
I mean, it's in the rules, so I wouldn't call it cheating, but it certainly doesn't feel like what...
Definitely unethical?
Yeah, I mean, probably, I'd go with that, but it just doesn't feel like what's intended.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's definitely... If it's not explicitly cheating, it's definitely unethical. Like, it's one of those two things, and I'm not sure which is the right word. I think that's just like a semantics issue, really.
I don't know. It very much feels like a not in the rules situation to me. Like, oh, this is not in the rules, so I'm going to allow it.
Well, yeah.
And it's
but at the same time, though, like, I don't know. There's things that are not in the rules that you definitely shouldn't do because it's definitely cheating, right? Like, you can look at a game and see what was intended and go, yeah, that wasn't intended, you know? And you just don't do it because then you know it's cheating, right?
Right. Well, I said, and if the rules of the game are you can do these things, right, which is fine. I just feel like for people who aren't using these other rules, you know, like I couldn't, in good conscience, take a character on the hardcore server and pike it up and be like, haha. Not to say that I've never piked on the hardcore server, because I did a lot of raids for the first time that I did not do what I would consider like my share of the work, like a 1/12 of the work, you know? Yeah. But when you do a raid for the first time ever and you step over and do it on the hardcore, you're probably not going to do a 1/12 of the work.
Yeah.
Right? Like the first time you're in a raid period, you generally aren't doing a 1/12 of the work. Let alone when you're worried about dying, making sure that your character's staying alive at all times. And again, on some of those raids, even though it was my first time, like riding out the storm, I do feel like, specifically riding out the storm, I did do my fair share. I solved puzzles. I kept people alive. I helped DPS the dragon in numerous situations. Like, I felt like I put some real effort in.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, there are times in quests that I definitely feel like you should do that. But at the same time, if you look at the leaderboard, you have like 5 different accounts on that leaderboard that were boxes. Yeah. I had joined some groups a couple of different times where people would take their account, their like bard, piking account, whatever, and sing to everybody, and then that account just stood there the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And then they took, you know, like Suicide Sam and did the quest. And I'm like, all right, well, that's cool. Thanks, guys. I'm out of here. I'll go find a different group. And they're like, why?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, because A, one of the slots are currently taken up with a piker, and 2, like, it's just not right. Like,
yeah,
that's not how I want to play. Now, if you want to play that way, that's totally fine. But I feel like there should be a little bit more pain, a little bit more of a hurdle for people to do that.
Now, I feel like if you... it's still a leaderboard issue, right? If you want to make a competition, then make it a competition.
For me, it's a competition. You need to be careful in enforcing the competitive rules. That's just me.
Are you doing ETR day or just TR day?
ETR day.
Okay.
Going back. And we have emptied our Marshall Karma tree, so we're going to be in Shadow Dancer on the level back up, which I was talking to Beef, and why it sounds weird, I think it's going to be okay.
From what I hear, it's not bad for a thrower. And had I known that, I probably would have gone with a thrower build this life, especially since I'm not loving this build. I gotta say, I'm not loving it.
Monks are a challenge after level 20. I think it's the same issue that like I had with a lot of melee characters, to be really honest. Like, you're low on defenses, you're low on offenses, and you have to put yourself intentionally in harm's way to be able to do anything.
Yeah.
Then it's like
I'm digging the flavor of it. I'm not digging the like actual like play of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and it's just one of those things where you're like, man, if this was X instead of Y, like, or if they were
doing those Reapers with Jabrel and Quintina last night, I just felt like useless, you know.
Right.
And I'm doing Reapers right now, Reaper 6 Slave Lords, which, you know, on my normal builds, Reaper 6 Slave Lords no big deal, right?
Sure.
But like on this build, I've got 10 kills and 3 deaths. You know what I mean? And I just feel like I'm just like...
Well, part of that is the playstyle shift, right? A big part of it's the playstyle shift, because you've been playing an alchemist that stays back and can get things done. But also, a lot of it is gear. Now, imagine how much different it would be if... I'm assuming you're wearing a Sharn set.
I'm wearing the heroic Sharn set right now.
Right. You're wearing a heroic Sharn set. So how much different would it be? Hang on, let me finish this thought real fast. How much different would it be if you could, like, crunch a spare set of Sarn gear and make a reasonable armor for your level be the armor piece for your Sharn gear?
Right.
Right? Like, something at level 23, you know?
Yeah.
Something at level 26. Like, the problem is that because the Sharn gear is so good for most builds, you end up taking a huge sacrifice on your defenses while you're leveling up, for melees anyway. So then you're just in this spot where you're like, man, I've gone from level 15 to level 28 with no real meaningful gear upgrades, and I'm just like sitting here struggle busting along trying to get things going, and it's tough.
Just to get to the epic Sharn gear.
Right, just so you can upgrade at 29 to your epic Sharn gear.
Yeah.
And then your character will probably be like 50% stronger.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say is like I am looking forward to hitting 29 so that I can put all my legendary gear, and that might just make the build a lot better, you know?
It definitely will make the build a lot better. You'll become instantly much more survivable. The problem is that, is it going to be enough on R6s?
Yeah.
Probably unlikely.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like when I was doing that, like, I really enjoyed that strength-based ranger build, to be really honest. I really thought it was fun. I really felt like when a monster was held, or a group of monsters were held, I cleared mobs very, very quickly. Like, held, incapacitated in some other way, whatever. Like, if a mob held still and I didn't have to worry about dodging out a bit and hit every other second, I felt like it really did a lot of work.
Yep.
However, unless you had somebody in your group that could just, like, lock things down for that 10 seconds it took for that particular build to clean out, like, 5 trash mobs or whatever, you were kind of dead.
Yeah.
You know, I spent a lot of time dead on that build. And it's just like, why? Why am I dead all the time? Well, the reason why is because you just don't have the defenses. You can't stand mono a mono. Even if your DPS output is in a number that you think it's great. Like, last night we were getting ready to log off, and people, you know, a lot of people had logged off, and people were like, alright, well, we have a couple of us left. What do we want to do? I'm like, we can do X, Y, and Z if we're looking for somebody to give us a little bit of direction. And one of the things that I was talking about was I would like to do those first couple of quests in the Age of Rage chain to see if I happen to get those maces, because I'd like to see what that build is like geared out at level 29. You know what I mean? Like, it felt really interesting to me.
Right.
So I don't know. I think that there's a lot of potential there that things get a little weird. All right, I'm assuming Jerry's going to be wrapping up here. He has been consistently going late, so hopefully he'll be wrapping up soon. I'm gonna turn the audio back on over here so I can hear what's going on.
Where we actually
just kind of make sure that we know what's going on.
Bonuses into a program inside of the game.
And there are some things that I really, really like about your layout, and there's some things that I really, really don't.
Oh, my
your overlay or whatever you want to call it.
My overlay, like for the stream layout, or how my shortcuts are laid out on my bar.
No, your like the colors and the like the whatever you call it,
the skin.
The skin, yeah. There's some things I really, really like, and some things I really, really don't.
I feel the same way. I feel like something is either 10 out of 10 or it's 0 out of 10. Right? Like when you're looking at individual aspects of it, it's like, this is amazing, or this is trash.
It has to be built into a game.
Right.
I don't know. I like the pinks and stuff, but like, I don't like this red, for example.
And so that's really kind of why DTU.
I like the dark, but I don't like how these are grayed out this way. I wish they were highlighted in some way instead. You know, stuff like that. But because the things being not actually in your backpack but still on your bar, like these gloves right here, which don't exist, are very similar to me.
I will just say, Kim over on Facebook, thank you for being here.
Alright, sounds like Jerry's figuring it out.
Any plans to do a 2-year season pass again? I don't know if we'll ever do it in the future, but it's not on our agenda. Alright, thanks very much for watching the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream. I assume Samus Garobo is going to be up next. Thanks very much for being here, and I'll see you next Wednesday with more. You can find the full schedule over on twitch.tv/DDOstream. Have fun, everyone.
Alright. Command, did you go? Oh. It says raid already in progress.
Maybe he raided you himself?
I don't think so. I think Twitch just messed up.
Twitch messing up? No. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it says there's already a raid in progress, so hopefully it'll go. Hopefully we won't lose too many people. Like, I don't have the button to manually tell it to go. You know, so it's probably going to wait the whole, like, 45 seconds before it lets me... There we go.
Lana.
I wish.
Lana.
I had to reload the tab for it to come up so I can hit the button. Here we go.
Oh my god.
It's crazy.
I just got like one hit.
Sounds about right.
Lana. Lana! What?
Danger zone.
Danger zone. Sorry it took so long for that raid to fire off, everybody. We're having some Twitch issues this morning. Sorry. Alright, greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome to Follow the Noob. I am, of course, your host, Samus. We got some exciting bits going on today. First of all, it's ETR Day. So, we've already emptied our Marshall Sphere. And we're going to be making that switch over here pretty soon. Oh, man. We already have a request for the... We do. And this is the danger. This is the danger. Alright. So, for those of you who don't know, we have added a reward for spending some of the channel points. And one of those rewards is that I will stop, well, not necessarily stop, but I'll do my best to find a good window to stop and read some song lyrics for you. So we're gonna have that prepped up here. Wait, that's the wrong people. Yeah, Draft Punk.
Daft Punk, not Draft Punk, buddy.
Whatever. Oh my gosh. You are the troll, Beef. You have won the troll award for the day.
He may or may not have been talking about this last night.
Oh dear Lord.
I cannot
neither
confirm nor deny the existence of this conversation.
How many writers are on this song? 1, 2. Alright, that's better. At first it looked like there was like 6 people writing the lyrics for this song, and I was about to lose my S. I was about to just die. Alright, so before we get into reading Around the World, before we get by Draft Punk, before we get into that, whatever. It looks like Draft Punk to me. That's what Smashem's typed. Anyway, before we get into that, I'd like to carry on this slight conversation that was going on about the hardcore season, and make sure that my thoughts come across. I am not the world's best speller, so I tend not to type out full thoughts the best, because I can not always spell the words I want to spell. So, one of the major problems that I had, and I've talked about this on DDOcast, I've talked about this in other places, with Hardcore Season 3, was the sheer number of boxed accounts being carried around. And I saw this as high as at the very, very tip top. The very, very tip top. And it doesn't necessarily have to be VIP. I think VIP is a good... I don't know what you want to call it. A good limitator. But
I feel like it should be VIP. I feel like we don't get... I don't think VIP has enough...
I will agree there's not enough perks yet for VIP.
Yeah.
VIP has lost a lot of its shine for me as well with the addition of the big code. But for me, it's not necessarily that I want the exclusivity of the VIP. I just want a little bit more of a hurdle for people that are going to box. Like, do I think people shouldn't be able to box? No, of course not. If people want to buy a second account and have 2 accounts running, and one account is going to be the name on the leaderboard, and the other account is going to be the sacrificial account that gets the minimum gear to get the quest done and slams into the wall, whatever needs to happen, God bless. God bless. I just want something. I want something more than, oh, I gotta start my client a second time. Boop, boop. Something. And I think that cost has got to be financial, for lots of reasons. I think it's not going to hurt them unless it hurts them in the pocketbook. And that cost could be DDO points. I'm not saying it has to be dollars and cents. But I feel like there needs to be a real cost. Gross oversimplification. It's totally fine. It's a complicated idea. We boil it down to general ideas. Again, I've been on the leaderboard every year, every time. The first year that I felt like it was crazy was last time, where I literally were getting into groups. People had LFMs up, and there were 2, sometimes 3 people boxing. And it's like I would get tells. I'd put up an LFM, boop, and like, hey, can I bring my 2 box accounts? No, you can't bring your 2 box accounts.
Right.
I'm saying boxing is easy, but it's really a non-issue. It is easy. It is easy. You can do it. You have to take the time to like drive people around, but other than that, it's not a big deal. Boxers are not keeping up with skilled players grouping up, period. That's incorrect. That is totally incorrect. If you look, you'd have to go through the forums, but there are at least 4 boxers that I know of on the top 10 of the leaderboard for season 3. At least 4. Which means there could be more. I just don't know them personally. But I know for a fact that they're there. Problem is, boxers one of those skilled groups. Exactly. Like I said, I was getting tells nonstop because I'm one of the people who puts up groups, leads things through on the hardcore server, and does things at a higher than probably acceptable level for the most part. I pretty much Reaper all the way through from level 4 all the way to wherever I decide I'm done. The second I disagreed with you in the DDO stream, I knew you were going to be fired up about it and round about it here. Good. I'm hoping to get people fired up when they come in. That's the whole idea. I'm not salty about it.
It's a good way to open conversation up.
Yeah, like that's the whole idea. That's the whole idea of putting on the stream, is like to get interaction and stuff going. But people are welcome to disagree. I'm not saying that I'm the only person that matters. I'm certainly not saying that. I'm just saying that
you're allowed to be wrong.
No. I'm not even saying people are allowed to be wrong. I have an opinion. I feel like this cuts a lot from what they're trying to do. I literally have conversations with people often about, we need to make the hardcore server more special for people in the top 100 or whatever. I'm like, bro, there's literally a sign right here that says you did it. Like, that's the special reward for being in the top 100. Mm-hmm. But if that special reward for being in the top 100 is devalued because there's like 20% boxed accounts doing the hard work, that just means that some of those people, they earned it in a way that other people did not, that were not in the intention. Which again, I'm fine with if they have a hurdle, a minor hurdle to get through. Somebody wants to pay $25 for a 3-month pass to play on the hardcore server. By all means, you did your job. Yeah, it's beef. I agree. I have no personal stake in the multi-box issue, but I will say it feels against the spirit of the event. Whether it should matter to you, to the devs, is your disagreement. Right. And for me, I feel like it was a problem. Again, I didn't have it on Season 1. I didn't have it on Season 2. I didn't get tells or people asking me non-stop if they could bring their piker. Like, that just wasn't a thing that happened. And you can go back and watch Season 3 on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/SamusGarobo. Please go follow. But you can go back and you can watch that, and it seemed like I was telling people non-stop, please no parkers. What's the point in boxing and hardcore? So, depending on what your goal is, most people want to take at least one important character to them and get them the rewards, right? So, like, Bloody Footprints, which I think I have turned on right now, for the rare time. My Bloody Footprints, why they're not working all of a sudden, I'm not sure. Stuff like that, right? Hats, the horse, various cosmetics, whatever. And some people want to get up on the leaderboard. So you have that character safely hidden away at the beginning of the quest, and you have an alt on another account that can go forth and do the quest for you. So this has two main factors for me. One, it devalues the work by people who are playing their special account. It devalues them, which I can live with, because that's not necessarily a problem for me. But the main issue for me is that it takes up a slot in my party that is not helping the goal for everybody else in the group. So now I'm running a 5-man group. And for me, if I have a slot open, well, then I know that I have a person down. I know that I have a situation where somebody's not contributing, or I'm waiting for someone to come in. It's because I don't let them in. Hang on, I gotta go back through here. I have the lyrics up, so I have to read this. Get caught up. You still have to complete the content on the character. But is standing inside waiting for your other account to complete it the same thing? And especially in a situation where you're, like, again, I'm holding a thing. 2 people join my LFM. I let both people in. The first guy comes in, stands there for a minute. Like, okay, that's fine. Second guy comes in, stands there for a minute. And then the first guy runs off and starts contributing with the quest. Well, now I've got a hole in my LFM, or in my group, that I wasn't told. Like, being asked about it, I could say no. That's fine. But so many times I had to, like, remove people from my group because they had pikers that they didn't tell me about.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not okay. Like,
right.
If you want to do that, you can have your LFMs. If you would like to have piking accounts, not do it. But I feel like there should be some sort of minor obstacle to make it inconvenient for people to do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Because the other account's still completing. Sure. But that account probably is not in the same situation. I don't care if that account completes. If that account runs into a brick wall and dies, then they switch to a different account, and they run that character into a brick wall and it dies, I don't care. That's totally fine. But the character that earned the rewards didn't earn it. It stood at the beginning and waited. Which, again, is totally fine if you paid. If you put in your fair share to do that, God bless. If you had 2 VIPs accounts, you could have done the same thing, Season 1, Season 2. I'm telling you, from my experience, it didn't happen. What did happen is that happened non-stop Season 3. How is that different from someone who's dual boxing and pikes? Because, that's a good question, when pikers start happening, that reputation builds up. It builds up very fast. You're like, hey man, I realized that you just stood at the door and piked the whole time. You're done. You're not coming back in my groups. Or if someone joins a group, I'll send a tell to the leader and say, hey man, I've noticed in the past this guy just stood and piked. You may want to think about that when we switch to the next quest.
Right.
Oh, I read wrong? Alright, hang on. How is that different than someone who isn't dual boxing and piking? Yeah, that's what I said, right? Are you ruining hardcore? No, you're not ruining hardcore. But you're definitely lessening it from the intended experience if you're a person who buries. Ban the people who carry. That's pretty funny, too. Ban the people that carry. You must always play DDO and engage with the content the way I say you should is one of the most harmful mentalities in the DDO community. I'm not saying you have to. I literally have said you can do whatever you want. However, if it's my group, you're going to follow my rules. And if you join my LFM and you don't tell me about it in advance, you're definitely not welcome in my group again. And it does lessen the experience for everybody else who has that goal of getting on the top 100 if you are dual boxing to get there. I'm not saying the devs should regulate it. I'm saying there should be a minor cost. And I think that cost should be either VIP or that cost should be purchasing a Hardcore League pass. And that pass could be with dollars, like buy it with your credit card, or it could be from DDO points that you earn through your in-game time playing on your alt account. I don't care. As long as there's a road bump to you coming over and bringing your piking account and joining my LFM without telling me that you're piking. I don't feel like that's a thing. You have a habit of simplifying other side's argument and then saying simplifying yours. It's dishonest debating tactic. I'm not debating anything. I'm taking complicated ideas and I'm boiling them down to simple so it's easy to share. Oh, not me. That's fine. I'm just saying that's
why he put the at DDO Central.
yeah. I'm just a gate. I'm just asking for a gate. I don't care if people want to do something that I don't like. I don't care if people exploit. I do my best not to. I realize there's times that there's some things that I would do that people would consider an exploit. I realize that. And I certainly wouldn't want someone to play differently. I happen to like mixing my builds up when I TR. If somebody wants to play the same build and run through all their stuff 1,000 times, God bless them. It's a game. The rules of the framework of the game are such. The difference of the hardcore season is the intended rules of the game were this. And then you could, when you did season 1, you did season 2, and then season 3, you saw how those rules changed from season 1 and 2 to season 3. And it was 100% different because of the fact that people had their free accounts able to come in and do stuff. I'm saying that VIP is required. No, I'm not saying it's required. I'm literally saying there should be some sort of gate to make people not have throwaway characters.
I mean, I don't see what I'm fine with VIP being required. I don't see what the problem of excluding people are. You have a service, you provide a service that's being paid for. Why can't you exclude people that don't want to pay for that service? If you want to be part of VIP, then pay for it.
I don't necessarily disagree with that statement either. However, I will say that by having a game that has free-to-play or premium features to it, this should be a premium feature. Right? It's a premium feature. So you have to unlock it. You have to do some work to get it. So anyway,
right.
I wanted to get those thoughts kind of re-summarized because I always start the stream like 5 minutes beforehand and I stop really kind of paying attention to Jerry because I need to get my stream established before we do the raid over. So I feel like I left that conversation in the middle of what was going on and I wanted to share because it's a good way to start off, I think, a stream is with a good conversation point. Alright, so before we get into the epic TR action and re-leveling back up, round the world, 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 round the world. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Round the world, 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 round the world. It's 11. Round the world, round the world, round the world, round the world. You're gonna get dizzy, beef. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We'll go around one more time here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Jesus. Alright. Round the world, 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 round the world. I'm dizzy. Beef. Your song is over. Oh, I think I'm gonna puke a little. Oh. Mark is complete. I missed several lines. I've missed several lines.
He just gave up. Let's be honest here.
That is true. I was done. Beef even said though, I don't care if he even reads it.
He did.
So
back to real quick. I put it in chat, but DDO Experience, you are always welcome in the voice chat. And
correct.
He will debate with you. He will talk with you whenever. All you got to do is join the Discord, and you can jump in voice chat, and you can talk about whatever floats your boat. There are rules for the afternoon show that everybody has to abide by, but for the most part, you know, it is what it is, you know.
Oh, we have one more. I like doing these like
You
once
don't
every.
have access to the voice chat for some reason? Well, let me fix that.
Do we not have the correct?
I don't know. Let me see. Can you put your Discord name in the chat for me, please? So, or is it just the DDO sent? Is it that? Let's see, DDO.
What's up, man?
Hey, what's up?
What's up, Velo?
Is
See,
it the
Velo's
DDO
someone who argues
experience?
with me nonstop all the time.
I'm not seeing the DDO experience. If you can put your name in the chat, I will give you the proper permissions.
Yeah, there is a gate to get into the voice chat. And that gate is us realizing that you're there and you having permissions.
All right, I see
What?
you just sent me a message, so let me
All right.
look for this person here.
So,
What are you TRing to?
the same build probably.
All right, so I gotta fix this, and then I'm gonna be. I gotta head out. My uncle's coming over.
Okay,
so-
sounds good. I'm gonna go ahead and do this one more song because it doesn't look super long. So we're gonna do this really quickly for everybody. Suma, I think, right? This was your request. Yeah, your request. Ferg Alicious.
What?
Listen up, ya all,
He
cause
was like, what?
okay, we're gonna try this one more time.
Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
That's what happens when you let the inmates, run the asylum. What happens?
That's part of the deal. Part of the deal. Fergalicious. Listen up, y'all, because that's it. The beat that I'm banging is delicious. Fergalicious definition, make them boys go loco.
AFK.
They want my treasure, so they get their pleasures from my photo. You could see me, you can't squeeze me. I ain't easy, I ain't sleazy. I got reasons why I tease 'em. Boys just come and go like seasons. Fergalicious. So delicious. But I ain't promiscuous, and if you was suspicious, all that shite was fictitious. I'll blow kisses. Mwah? That puts them boys on a rock. And they've been lining down the block just to watch what I got. 4 tries to Uno. Oh. 4 trays to Uno? So delicious, I. It's hot. It's so delicious, I put them boys on rock. It's so delicious, I. They want a taste of what I got. I'm Fergalicious, tasty. There you go, mate.
All right, I hooked DDO experience up for you.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep. I gotta head out though, so.
Yep, you have a good day. All right. Would you like today's horoscope smash, or would you like tomorrow's? Why is this not? Yeah, evening stream, perfect. Tomorrow, question mark? Okay. February 4th. Don't try to sign up for a class over the phone or online today, as it probably won't work. This also isn't a good day to travel. Delays are likely whether you fly or drive. If you've been planning a trip, don't finalize the arrangements now. Wait a few days, as computers and other equipment used in such arrangements are likely to malfunction, and you could end up frustrated. There you go. Marked as complete. All right. Enough with the distractions. For a little bit. Again, I'd like to try to limit those to like interruptions every half an hour or so. But we're working our way into these, so we're gonna figure it out. Can I not change your sex on an Epic TR? I guess not. All right. Let's see if we remember how these things work. We were like all in this. I feel like we had that many of this. Maybe it was that many of this. I don't remember. And we had a bunch of that. Yeah, that'll work. Those stats seem fine. Okay, so I really like having the hide and the move silent. I thought that was a nice aspect of this build that I don't always get to have on my builds. Do you like having bluff? Do you like having UMD? Things are going well. Oh man, which exact thing got clipped? Alright, it's me spinning in a circle. Oh man. Alright, what else am I missing? Search and spot. So we can pick diplomacy or haggle, or diplomacy or intimidate. We'll do a little bit of tumble. I feel like I had a little bit more balance issues this last life than normal too. Alright, let's be honest. I'm not intimidating anything. Leave me alone. Alright. Doesn't really matter. We're going to do elemental. What's the brain fire thing going on today? Pretty good, actually. Today is not the worst. Today is not the worst at all. Let's see. Point blank shots. Alright, so point blank shot and favorite enemy elemental. No. How emo do we want this character to be? Maximum emo, right?
Is it safe to come back now?
I don't know. Depends. Why did you run away? Did you run away from
You're
song
only
lyrics?
allowed to sing Mozart and Beethoven.
I wasn't singing. I wasn't singing.
That's what I'm saying. You should, well, whatever you were doing. Spoken word.
Oh. Nah. Disagree. We're having a blast. We're having a good time. I think this is fine.
Well, Talab's your chairman, so he gets to make decisions.
He's not here, but he
He
certainly...
left me in limbo. He left me in limbo. Thanks, Talab. Thanks, buddy.
Yep. He left you here alone. Yeah.
So Cam has been bugging me for 3 days because she won Employee of the Month, so she's been... They gave her this stupid English goblet that has like her name on it. And here's another problem. She uses my last name at work. I was like, what does this say my last name on the plaque? Oh, I mean, we're not married, so my pay goes by my normal name, but it's like we're married, so everybody calls me by that. I'm like, that's kind of weird. She's like, why is it weird? I'm like, because I wouldn't pick anybody's last name unless I had to. And it's kind of weird. I think it's great. So I told her, I said, okay, it's fine. We'll have a competition every month. See who wins Employee of the Month. Well, how are you going to win it? I said, well, I have my business. Well, you and Jamie. So well, I'm going to call Jamie, and I'm going to ask her who should win it every month. And then we'll see. She's like, that's not fair. I go, well, why not? I don't work hard? I didn't say that. I'm like, okay, well, put your little goblet away. Okay. Like your Queen Elizabeth. Yeah. So.
I'm just...
Other time you meet. So, hey, that's what I've been dealing with 3 days. Every time I say, hey, what are you doing? Just looking at my award. I'm like, really?
I mean,
really, Cameron?
so my brother, I did basically the same thing. My brother, his wife, like, got in and she's like, I don't want to brag, but my husband has gotten Employee of the Month or whatever. I'm like, awesome, congratulations. You know, I have
I was all stoked for Cameron. I was like, right on.
Yeah. And then you go, but I want you to know that I have gotten Employee of the Month every day for the last every month for the last 4 years. Like, I'm my own boss. I pick who it is, and I pick me.
She's like, so if you call Jamie, you think she'll side with you? I said, I'm pretty much guaranteed. she'll side with me. So I called her on speakerphone. She's like, what's going on? I said, I have a question. If we had Employee of the Month between me and you, who would win every month? She's like, you'd win, boss.
That's
without
right.
Without hesitation. Karen's like, it's not fair.
She knows the right answer.
She's just, I said, so you're saying that Jamie's a better employee than me? Actually acknowledge she does something good? And then Jamie's like, what is this you want to be, how she said? You want to be adults, act like children? What do you guys dispat about now? So I was telling her about it. She goes, oh my god, you called me for this? I'm like, yeah,
I would be annoyed too if it wasn't literally my job to listen to my viewers. Like if you weren't watching, right? Say like this just was random and you called me on my phone in the middle of my stream day and you're like, hey, I got to tell you about this nonsense, and I'd be like, if this was not live on the stream, it would be a problem. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know.
I am with Jamie on this one. Employee of the month reward. Please don't realize we should be paying you more. Aww. That's probably fair. Alright, that seems fine.
I told her I was proud of her. That's good. First month, and when she get it, that's pretty good. I know she works hard.
When I was self-employed, I got fired for sexual harassment. Ugh. Always.
Oh, I know. That'd be great. Says harass myself.
Yeah, that's just it. Consistent. Every day,
Take
take yourself to HR.
Take myself to court.
But
Oh,
the real
my
secret is,
God.
V-Love, is that you have to get some insurance. That's like real
Yes.
low insurance that pays out if they're found guilty to the victim. And then you win in court. So then they have to pay you out for your own harassment of yourself.
Man said self-administered handy.
Just keep in mind, it's evening for you, but it is daytime for the rest of us.
I'm just reading your stream's comments.
Okay. I'm just saying, be careful. All right, you know what I'm also going to do? I think I'm actually going to pull up...
Oh, I got her a good one last week, but I can't tell you on a morning stream.
Okay.
Well, I could abbreviate. No.
Abbreviate.
It was just epic. I wish everybody in the world had like a live camera like that 5 minutes when it happened. Because it was just epic.
All right, so what I'm going to do, actually, is to finish my thought, I'm going to go ahead and pull up that build that Flask sent me and use that feat order, because I think his feat order is very good. And this way I don't have to stop and think about it. This should be really good. I think this should be really good for your career in the mirror. Oh,
Like Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror.
That's funny. Alright, so simple throwing weapon. Why? Is it not a martial feat?
Take slicing blow. That'll help you.
Oh man, that sounds good. Sounds good for my thrower build to take slicing blow.
Why not? You have to do melee sometimes, right?
Nope, never.
No, whatever.
Not on this build. Not on this build.
Hey, is being pure bard and using the Fade Arc tree pretty good now? Because their charisma hit damage? Are people doing that?
I don't know if people are doing that. I would have to double check that short swords work with swashbuckling, but I think they do.
They do. 'Cause
In
I
which
have
case,
one
then
that
it
uses.
should be fine.
You use the Shadow Blades, right?
I would use the Shadow Blade, at least from pre-level 20. Like, I don't know when exactly we're going to do... I have one more ASMR life after this.
Now, does all the force spell power work for that tree? Or is there some stuff it just doesn't work with at all?
It seems to all work, but it's hard to count because force spell power is, like, inherently the lowest of the spell powers.
Yes.
You don't get big items to boost it up like you do most of the other spell powers, so...
So could you take some wizard to help boost it?
You could. I probably...
Like maybe like an undead type of bard, self-healing kind of thing, maybe?
I probably wouldn't worry about that unless you wanted to go more wizard.
Okay.
You either go one wizard, in my opinion, or you go 18
Three?
wizard.
What about 3 to get the ghost touch and...
You go either one wizard or you go 18 wizard.
Why 1? Why such a big gap? Just for like the...
One
extra
gives
tree
you...
and free feet?
Yeah, one gives you like almost everything that's important, in my opinion. Yeah, you could get one more, or you could go to 3 and get the stance and stuff, but... And for a bard, it's probably not as big of a deal, because 16, 3, 1 is probably fine on a bard. But, I don't know. But one bard, or one wizard gives you the cleave, it gives you the feet, it gives you the mage armor clicky, it gives you a bunch of hit points, it gives you, like, it's a big payoff for one level.
See, I saw one build online, it was 16, 3, and then 1 favored soul or 1 cleric for divine might.
Yeah, that's kind of common, is the one cleric or favored soul splash. Cleric seems to be slightly more popular. Beef says you really want the 18 core for War Chanter, and that's possibly true. I have
Okay.
not fiddled around with the 18 War Chanter core. In my opinion, 16 for sure is the minimum that you want for the quickened improved auto stance. But yeah, if the core at 18 is really really good, then you definitely stick with
I've
one.
done the 12 bard, 6 fighter, 2 rogue hand axe build, which is pretty good.
Is it Vila pretty good or is it Samus pretty good?
No, it's pretty good. It really is. One of the guys that plays in my group, he's a like triple completionist, and what he's running right now. He's been playing it for 2 lives for his what do you call it, tiefling life or whatever it is.
All right. Lawful Outsider.
Arcane Prodigy, take that one.
Well, again, I'm going to follow this guy's feat order because I think he's got most of it kind of nailed out here. And this way I don't have to stop and think through it a whole bunch of time. Lawful Outsider, because that's scary guys. And then Precision.
Reapers are lawful outsider, or they're not chaotic?
Yes.
They're lawful outsider, okay.
Yeah. Them's the scary. Alright, Precision. Man, I really wish you could just save your previous 1 to 20 path and just boop, 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 boop.
Reinsert it, right? Wouldn't that be great? Just like you do the toolbars, you can like
Even
type
if
it in and you
Even if you had to step through and confirm everything as you go through it, it would still be fine. Alright, why do I not have Precision? Am I just...
Now, what would it take for them to be able to do that? Is that like a big project to do that kind of stuff?
Probably. I think the whole entire TR system was not thought entirely through.
Because I don't think they thought they were going to go to like 20 level and then 25. And then
Well,
because-
they were already
it's the same-
25 or so when they introduced TRing.
Oh, was it 25?
Yeah, it was at the time that...
Because the first time I
It
played,
may have
20 was
just
the
been
max.
20.
20 was a max. And people
It
were
may
TRing
have just
20.
been 20, but they had the... I feel like it was also 25. I could be incorrect. It could have been, and then the next update introduced things at slightly higher.
Yeah, because I was goofing around my bar the other day, so I redid all my enhancements, you know. I checked out the Fate Arc. Those Shadow Blades are pretty good. I was looking at the stats on them, like, man, they're pretty good.
They're
I thought they were
really
just-
good pre-epic, right? They're,
I thought they
they're
were
very
gonna be like
strong.
the old. Remember the old Druid scimitars, the flame scimitars? you
Well, they've
cast? They
redone
were-
those.
They were. Well, they have redone those now too. Okay, because they were not very good at all.
I don't think they're the same power level, but they have redone them.
Okay.
But keep in mind, V-Love, and this is that they do not get access to sentience gems.
Oh, yeah, it's fine. I have a couple.
Well, it's not fine because that's a huge. Yeah, this is the ETR on the iconic. Yeah. So it's just an ETR, but what was I saying? Because they can't put on the sentience gems, they lose a lot of their viability after level 20.
The Shadow Blades.
Yeah, the Shadow Blades.
Yeah, I have a Balls of Rye and I have a couple other short swords and daggers that are named.
And I don't think you can have your sentience gem be in your offhand. So, like, I believe. I could be wrong. I don't know for sure. So if you're dual wielding, I think it has to go in your main hand. So, like, you couldn't even summon one blade and then put that in your offhand. You'd have to still put it in your main hand. So you'd have to summon two, then replace it in your main hand. And then I just don't know how good the Shadow Blade would be for an offhand weapon.
Now, what about regular? Can you dual wield 2 weapons with sentience in each?
No. I believe you have one sentience gem.
Also, 2 weapon fighters. That kind of screwed the pooch then, huh?
Oh, you still get it. It's all in one. You know, you get it all in the one main item.
Plus, if I had 2 different sentient gems and 2 different weapons, only the main hand's counting.
No, you can't even equip the other one. I don't think.
Oh, why you can't even equip it? Wow. Okay. Wonder why they did that.
Because it's one. It's like one thing. It's like one personality. It's like no. Just like the epic voice of the master is a minor artifact, and I was going to switch to another minor artifact, and it wouldn't even let me equip it until I de-equip the other.
Oh, you can have one artifact on at a time?
Correct.
Man, they just want to shortchange you, huh?
Well, I mean, it makes sense, because otherwise you just walk around in all artifacts and be all filigrees on everything all the time, right? So...
I just wish they would really fix the storage. That would be huge.
Yeah, well, they're trying. I think they have a bunch of different... They've put out different approaches to it, and people tend to, like, be upset about it.
Like right now, you max you get, what, 250, right? Slots? There's a 300, 250?
Somewhere in that ballpark.
Well, they can add another 51 in the bank to purchase for more points? I mean, or another 500
Well,
or 200?
The old system was tied to your character, and it caused character storage bloat.
So they're at the max before it'll mess up, is what they're saying?
For the old style of storage.
Okay.
Which is why the shared bank is like their new preferred style of storage. I believe it's database driven, which makes it not attached to the character in the same way.
That's what I'm talking about, man. I have to make characters to hold stuff that I just can't get rid of. You know,
Right.
double slot, cool stuff, old items that you can't find anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't disagree. It would be nice if they could figure out a way to have more storage. But I also agree at the same time, and this is an argument I've been having with people a lot lately, when an item is designed to be like bound to character, that item tends to be more powerful in my opinion. Until Sharn.
I agree.
Until Sharn. When Sharn happened, everything that should be that power level is now bound to account, and since then things have gotten really fuzzy. So I think they put themselves in a rough spot by making so much power be bound to account.
Loafbeef's got a good point in his comment.
It generally does. What did the beef say?
He said the problem is every slot you add to the bank, it adds slots to TR cache, which creates lag every time you open the bank.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's not just that. If you were to add the slot to the bank, it would also cause a problem by opening to the bank. It's just not as noticeable as the TR cache. Because again, the TR cache is basically what they did. They added an expanding bank tab that's hidden, and all your crap gets dumped into it. And that's tied to the character in the same way, which is why it's so bad.
What if they created a way, like if you're a guild on your guild ship, everybody had their individual, like...
Well, that's how I would fix the problem. I've talked about how I'd fix the problems many times. And what I would do, it would be part of the player storage option. And when you TR'd, all your stuff would get dumped into a TR box, like a footlocker. And that item would be using the new system, and it would be in there. So the cost would be you'd have to go through that new item to look for it. That's how I would handle it.
You need one more point to unlock because it's at a negative 13.5.
Oh, thank you. I'm like, I thought it should be even. The other thing that I would do is I would like to have a place where you could take raid items, named items, favorite, loved items, whatever, and in your personal space, hang them on the wall, and you could have the ability to take them back down, but tie them to not your character. There's lots of things that
It's like Morrowind does that. You can go take a house and put all your gear in a house. You go take over someone else's house, but like stuff like that. Give you like.
Well, I don't want to take anybody else's stuff over, but yes, I like the idea of
like a shed. You walk into a shed, you open up.
I hear a spot. I'm like, something's missing, but I do like the idea of put something away for long-term storage. This is long-term. I'm not going to come back and get it. It doesn't need to be in my TR cache for these umpteen lives that I'm doing. Long-term storage. Get it over there, away. I bet that would help a lot.
Yeah. Or maybe put a limit. You can only pull this item out 10 times.
No. You want a long-term storage option. You don't want to limit people's options of doing stuff. But if someone's like, hey, I'm going to put this over here so I can go look at it and be like, remember the old times, but it's not something I need to pull out all the time. That, I think, is a preferred
maybe
option.
the game will change and that weapon or item becomes viable again. You can reuse it if you want.
He wants a she shed by the seashore, exactly. What's our last spell gonna be? Merfolks? Probably.
Color spray.
I'm not gonna have DCs to land anything.
Featherfall.
I don't want Featherfall. I have an item for that.
So is the color spray in the Fade Arc tree better than the spell or the gnome version?
Not anymore.
So that's the one that was bugged that people were like messing with.
Correct.
But is it still better than the other one?
Not. They should be the same.
Because one's a greater, I think, and there's one regular, so I wasn't sure if the one.
Oh, if there's a greater, yeah, a greater versus a regular would be greater. I'm talking. I thought you were talking about like the gnome one.
So is that better than the spell, the gnome one, or is it equal to the spell now?
Well, they're both greater. I don't know if there's a greater color spray. I don't know if you can take
Okay.
it.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
I remember seeing greater somewhere. I wasn't sure where it was at.
All right, let's get glove. Mostly caught up. Oh no, I was gonna screenshot my stupid bars before I started so I could remember to put everything back the way it was. Alright, we'll just have to go look at the old video. This should be able to max out now. Because I finally got used to like most of what everything was. Gnome and Feybark are greater color spray. They are different from color spray. Yeah. I guess any SLA is technically always a little bit better since you can use metas for free. Yes, I would agree with that statement as well.
There we go.
I think he just means that the level of spells are different. So Beef kind of answered that with the greater color spray. SLAs are better than color spray.
Gotcha.
I didn't know if there was a greater color spray added to the game that you could memorize and cast. Because I had the SLA. This is
Hey,
where
what
I
happened to
started.
what happened to what's his name? I don't see what's his name on anymore.
Please be more specific.
He does the wiki.
Shoes
Shoe
had a sudden
I
loss
know,
in his
I
family.
know that part, but since
Well,
then I haven't seen
since
much of
then
him.
he has
so-
become a single dad and is spending all of his time raising his like 17 kids.
Gotcha. Okay. I wasn't sure if anybody's talked to him or how is he doing or anything.
Well, he was in the stream earlier today. I don't know if he's still in the stream. Hopefully he's doing quite well. But yeah, I
That's
message him from time to time on Facebook to see how he's doing.
Yeah, no Dom still. No one knows where he's at.
That's correct. I have not heard anything from Dom. 17 kids? Alright, he's got like 5 kids.
What's the difference? 5 and 17's no difference.
These are the same numbers when it comes to kids.
You can only feed like 1 or 3 or 4 at a time. So what's his? It's another 10 even add. Just buy more chicken or something. I don't know. I
Yeah,
better deal with one.
Last he mentioned he was in the process of saving up because he...
How can you save up when you have 12 kids? How can you save?
I don't know. Special skills. But he's in the process of
Wow.
saving up to purchase a bus or a van or something. And he's going to convert it. Because
What?
he...
You guys gonna bump buses together and stuff?
I mean, maybe. But he's been doing a lot of like camping with the kids, I guess. So he realized that because he has the kids now, he's not tied to that area anymore.
You guys should do advertisement on your buses for DDO. They should hook you guys up.
I mean, if they would like to sponsor the USS Fed Halfling, we could figure out a way to make it happen.
Like somehow, like, hey, look, you can play the game mobile. You can play the game from anywhere. Look at here's Samus and Shu.
The
I don't
difference
know.
between 17 and 5 is 12. Is 12. Dang it. People knowing math and stuff.
Dang it!
The only flaw in our plan.
I can imagine that coming home and there's like 12 kids looking at you. I would just like,
Back in the day, man.
yeah, I would just, I don't know what I can't even talk. I don't know what I do.
You'd be fine.
Oh my god!
Alright, is this level 18?
They better be all boys. So I can coach them.
But back
Never-
in the day, the reason they had so many is because survival rate wasn't that high.
That's true.
Couldn't even.
Never do
can-
math on stream. Yes, exactly.
I can't imagine being a father in like the 20s and teens going, "Oh, my daughter's 14. You want to marry her 36? Right on." Like, no, I just doesn't even like comprehend like normal thinking. Like, man.
And then if you're the father of the daughter, you gotta pay the
Dowry.
The price. Yeah.
Well, that's because good. I'm gonna say women are hard to find. I'm gonna get shot on the stream right now live. But good anybody's hard to find, if I'm being honest.
That is true. That is true. Good anybody's hard to find nowadays.
Good workers are hard to find.
That's right, and if they are good workers, they should win Employee of the Month.
Mm-hmm. Like me.
That's right, like you. Sorry, everybody. I went for the funny. I apologize if you're offended. What?
Blame Donkey.
Samus thinks good women are hard to find. Yes, I went there for the joke. All right, so I've been taking opportunist because why it doesn't give double strike with melee weapons, but it does bypass fortification, right? On throwing weapons.
10% melee weapons.
Rogue with this ability gains 3% chance to double strike with melee weapons, and bypasses 10% fortification.
It's only for melee, yeah.
I don't necessarily think that and is applying to the melee weapons. I would group it different. No. Beef says rip Domathon COVID-19. Is that true? Did Dom pass away because of COVID? Is that confirmed?
No, if and where.
I mean, I know he had some other health problems, so it would not make sense, or it would make sense, but I didn't think it was anything like that. Oh god, he put up that face I'm supposed to learn if that's a troll face or not. It was a joke from above text. Okay.
Because I know he wasn't really going anywhere a lot.
Well, and he shouldn't have. I know that he had a bunch of health concerns.
So getting COVID, I mean, shush.
He had a bunch of health concerns, so it was good. It was a joke from above text. I don't have anything like this. Oh, Nathan. So I'm sure you have an answer to this. What did they update? So they switched. They have patch notes, and they had like 2 lines of things. I don't remember what exactly it was that they updated, but it was like being able to update some stuff where your weapon's still equipped, I believe. And then they also did like a longer downtime to... So we decided this doesn't work.
Server maintenance and something to do with having to unequip and re-equip so your filigrees that are doubles work.
There you go. Whatever.
And that didn't work, so they only did server maintenance.
All right, that's what our taxpayers.
I don't think that was listed in the show in the notes though. Like they had.
That's exactly what's in the notes.
Is it now? Okay.
Yeah, it's the only 2 things that they were going to fix.
Alright, so we decided that Opportunist does not work. I'm still confused with throwing weapons. Because the way I read it, 3% chance to double strike with melee weapons, brackets, and bypasses 10% fortification, brackets.
But it can also be, it's telling you, oh, by the way, forward fortification bypasses with melee.
Because if it, to me,
wording on their part.
To me, it would say 3% chance to double strike, or it would be best if it was worded bypasses 10% fortification and has a 3% chance to double strike with melee weapons. Like the with melee weapons is only modifying the 3% chance of double strike. Nothing is modifying the bypasses 10% fortification.
Jerry.
Huh?
You know what? I wonder if that actually works on ranged builds.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The way I read it, it works unless it's changed in the last 10 months. That's what I thought. All right, thank you, Beef. All right, I'll deal with the rest of this nonsense later. Goodbye.
Football, Beef, football.
Oh yeah, you can't teleport out of here. Sports things? Yeah, so the patch doesn't apply to you, my guy.
Yeah, I don't double up any of my filigrees, so the patch don't work for me either. However, they did fix the set item bonus augments.
My guy. I'm going to pause this, rewind way back here. You can at least see some of this now. Some of these are easy because some of these are always there. Alright, back to level 20. All sorts of bad news bears back at level 20. Good news is we have a whole bunch of sagas to collect. But before we do anything, let's make sure we get put in the correct destiny. Not that we're ready to like jump into experience or anything like that. That'll still probably be a few more minutes, but want to make sure that we don't accidentally gain a bunch of experience in the wrong destiny. Okay.
Have you filled them all out already?
I just emptied one again.
I mean, your destiny.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, gotcha.
I just re-emptied it because I did an epic TR. Oh boy, alright. I didn't take a screenshot of this either.
Typical.
I know, right? I should have. So I'm going to have to recreate this. I don't think there's room for the rest of that. So it's just the knife fighter tree, right? Alright, now some of these things are going to be more for how I like to play versus what is optimal. So I like to take this for sure. Beef highly recommends that we take Assassin's Trick pretty much as quickly as possible. I liked it a lot, actually. So we're going to do that as well. We're going to go up this tree. Unfortunately, I don't like any of these.
You're not using Arcane Archer at all?
No. That Arcane Archer doesn't work with thrown weapons.
Oh, I know, it used to be bugged. I don't know if there's anything in there that would work with it. You want to get to killer, don't you?
We're gonna go all the way up this tree.
Do you do tier 5 Vistani ever?
Sometimes. Unfortunately not with the Deepwood Sniper Thrower build.
Why is that?
Because tier 5 over here is insane. Like, headshots super good.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Strikes like lightning is super good. Heavy draw is super good.
Heavy draw,
extra
that's what I was
favorite
thinking.
enemies is super good.
Heavy draw, that's what I was thinking. I can't remember what it was called.
We also want to make sure we take Undead Hunter over here in the shanty tree.
So you doing Dex hit damage, or you doing Harper?
Yeah, Dex.
So you're not using Harper at all?
No.
You get know the angles out of it. Does that give you extra boost?
It would. But you can get that same boost on items.
Okay.
Let's see. I don't know if
You can get insightful damage on items?
it's the same. I don't know. People were complaining about it, right? Like, it's the same something. Don't look at me.
You can get insightful tactics for stuff like that, but you can't get insightful damage.
I don't know. I never admit to knowing anything. Let's see, I think I want plant.
Favorite enemy plant?
Correct.
What about undead?
I took undead over here in the knife fighter tree.
Oh, okay. Why plant?
Because there's not good... I always take favorite enemies for things that resist damage.
Okay.
right? Yeah, 41 points in that tree. Alright, now let's figure out this thing. I don't even care about the core. I do care about the cores because I want the hands. Alright. We want the hands. We want wisdom saves or charisma? Probably wisdom saves. Wisdom saves sounds strong.
Wow, that's the first time I've gotten my shared bank down so low in capacity.
See, I do like this. And I like the points. Those are my 15 points in this tree. Do I care about this? No. It is 4 melee, or 4 range power, which I do like. Don't care about that. I don't think I care about that. Alright, so we have 25 points remaining. Wow, what did I do with the rest of these points previously?
Assassin's Tree, maybe?
So
You get more sneak attack in the Assassin's Tree.
yeah,
You
well,
have
I was planning on doing that. I don't know. I like having the Venom Blades because I often, when I'm soloing, it's much more difficult to have sneak attack all the time. Then we go up the Dagger Tree. Haste boost doesn't work with thrown weapons, right?
Either haste pots or repel.
Haste boost should work.
This
with
one I
throwing
want.
weapons.
I don't
No,
think
no, I
so.
wouldn't.
Isn't haste boost like not work with thrown weapons? Why do I? There's like all
No,
these
it
things that
should
I like
work
half
with all
remember.
throwing weapons and crossbows and everything. Doesn't affect the reload or the, you know.
Okay, so maybe that's what we're thinking, that you're getting super small percentage of increase off of a super small part of it. I had another one. We had attack and we had something else. Power. That's also power. You're already at the animation cap with level 20 base attack bonus and whirling wrist. Haste add nothing. See, I think I had taken more dex over here last time.
No, I didn't know there was a maximum on it.
Bullstein's what it is. You get the critical hit thing right there above.
Yeah, I
Venom
feel like I
Blade.
had done that previously, and while critting is good, I just don't think that I have those wide a critical range as I would like to worry about that.
More the better, always.
I'm actually trying to decide if I want to spend some points in the falconry, or the...
That'd be good. Dive bombing some birds on people. You can do wisdom to hit damage too.
Nah, it's not gonna happen. The reason why I would consider it is because the sprint boost. I'd like to have sprint boost.
What about Fade Arc for the perma blur and true seeing and stuff?
I don't have room for all that. I only have a few points.
You got War Chanter there still. What about Swashbuckler? Swashbuckler help you at all? Does it give you
Oh,
dodge
you're
or-
right. You're right. It is Swashbuckler. Thank you, V-Love.
Yeah, my last sword has a Swashbuckler. I remember just from a while long ago.
That's what we missed. So let's undo. This
Look at that,
stuff
man.
seems-
I'm good for something on this thing.
This stuff seems right. What else did I put that other point in? Take these back out for a second. Make sure we get this swashbuckler worked in the way it's supposed to be.
I gotta do maths on filigrees.
This one works. Another option is to spend less in Assassin and try to get the helpless damage in Falconry and run Sharati with Nerve Venom. Yeah, I had done that. Oh god, why is this breaking? There we go. There's our swashbuckler stance. Sword. This is what it was. It was double strike or double shot. I like double shot a lot.
I got exactly enough sentient toolkits to redo it to get my Clinker build up and running.
And you want Dashing Scoundrel. That's the other part of this. This is the other part that I was missing. Alright, so now we have 4 points left. So now we sneak attack, sneak attack. Yeah, this seems great.
You can also use a buckler, right? And proximal buckler and do the regular swashbuckling by throwing?
You could, but you'd be giving up a bunch of damage and a bunch of double shot.
Oh, do you? Okay.
I was...
Just in theory, having like nothing, and like you can carry something else, and you know what I mean? Seems like you're losing so much, but the game's differently, obviously.
Right. Well, 10% double shot and like 1 damage for 5 character levels, so that's quite a bit of damage for giving up your offhand.
I was wondering what the difference would be between that and the buckler. That's all.
For this build,
yeah,
I would pick up a little bit of MMR and PRR, and that would be about it.
Okay.
It would be a pretty significant loss. Okay. Let's see.
So you don't use any war. You don't use any war chanter at all.
No, not for this build.
Because it has the ice blades, right? The ice ones. That's extra damage.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know if that works, and I'm not. I'm currently not using it. Doesn't mean it's bad. I just don't. I feel like I'm kind of on rails here. Scourge went here. Headshot goes here. Be interesting to see a dual thrower universal tree similar to Inquisitive. I feel like the throwers are already extremely strong.
That'd be cool.
Assassin's Trick goes here. I'd like to see a dual wand wielding before I see too much other craziness.
I like to see something good for all the throwing weapons. I like a dwarf, big throwing axes or something.
Alright, so let's see. We have thing we probably have to twist, thing we probably have to twist. Leg shot was an 8.
Throwing spears would be dope.
Bring back halberds.
Yes. Some glaives.
Okay. So those are enhancements. Get our heavy draw down here. Anything else enhancement-wise? On the bar, on the bar, on the bar, on the bar. I most want Samurai or some other martial class that uses ki. That would be, I think, very sweet.
Yep. Dual wield some katanas.
Let's see. Jump.
Yeah, katanas should be brought back too.
Or have like a great crossbow. I mean, a great bow like the Japanese used to use, the big giant bows.
Oh, they do have the great crossbows.
I'm talking about bullet bow, pulling bow, like a long bow, short bow.
Oh, I see.
I wish weapon monks were viable. Yeah, Talab is doing a quarterstaff monk right now, and after he's gotten a level 20, he feels like it's struggle busting a lot.
No, they hate monks.
Alright,
Since
Arcane
I've bought
Alacrity,
the
not
monk,
that it
they've
matters.
nerfed it like about 30 times, so they hate monk.
Yeah, it's one of the ones that they never give love to.
The only takeaway. Only takeaway.
See, this is the reason why I need to stop getting myself distracted with other things and just get in the freaking what is it even called? Divine Sphere. Because Power of Life and Death is not good for all builds. It's totally possible to do a Greatsword Monk, but it's not very good. The Great Axe Monk was pretty good for a while.
Yeah, I got BlueStacks going right now.
Like, that used to be really good. I don't know if it's still good.
It's not viable because you lose out on all the PRR from having no armor. Because you got to take feats to make up for all the extra PRR and lose stat points because you got to put it into intelligence to get combat expertise.
Falconry, Wisdom, Damage, Greatsword Monk sounds fun until you realize you're stuck with a tier 5 Kinsai. Oh.
That's pretty much what it is.
Alright, we had this guy here. We have Precision
Any guy
on.
that uses chopsticks and marbles.
Although his DCs are off the scale, what, like 149 dire charge? So, yeah, there's that.
Thing we're never going to use goes
I
there.
can't believe stuff gets that high. It's just insane. Like when I got 50 intelligence, I was like, dude, that's dope. I'm like, wow. The guy's like, yeah, I got a 163. I'm like, yeah, well, why don't you go eat a big giant?
I don't think I've ever hit 100. Closest I've ever got was 92 strength.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
Past that, 92 intelligence.
It's like at 129 intelligence a couple of lives ago.
It's just crazy.
It's just a matter of finding all the things that stack and putting them all together.
Me getting that high of stats like Cameron being a world-class singer one day. It ain't gonna happen.
You never know, man.
No, I know.
That was a pretty good analogy.
Everybody could go deaf. You don't know.
I
Don't judge.
recorded her one time. She begged me to do it, and I immediately showed her on screen. See this where it says delete now? She's like, yeah, I go watch this. Enter. You erased the whole thing? Yes. That should never be shown or heard ever. She got all
I
upset.
don't care about that.
Still sounds funny.
Oh, it was hilarious. I loved it. Like, she's a baby doctor. I don't go in there going, hey, let me go operate on a baby real quick. Did I do a good job? No, it's like, it's my work is your work. We're both not going to be able to do each other's work, ever. It's just not going to happen. I look at babies that can't talk and I get scared and I don't know what to do. I'm like, can it talk yet? Can it tell me
No
why it's
wonder
crying?
this.
Is it
That's
hungry?
good.
I just can't deal with that stuff.
I could be remembering a supplemental version and not the one from the... Okay, you guys are in a sub-conversation. Perform an attack
Sorry.
with 1 weapon damage and you stack of improved destruction. I remember Shrouding's shot being good. Did they change it?
Did you use it last life?
No, I didn't use it last life.
Oh.
I was in, I did Shirati last life.
Okay. That's got the pin and whistle in it, right? Shirati?
Yeah, I'm going to try to
Okay.
twist those in. I got to try to twist in pin, whistle, and whirling wrist.
Wrist, yeah.
I know I used to love shadow manipulation. That's the thing I used to love. I think we're just gonna...
I'll be AFK for a minute.
Yeah, if I had one wish on anything.
Careful, I will warn you now. I am a genie. I do grant wishes.
Well, if I had one wish, I wish DDO would treat pure classes a little bit better than the multi-classes, because you get so much more benefit from multi-classing than you do from having a pure class.
I don't know,
People
man.
say
The
that,
capstone things
oh,
are
well,
very,
you get
very
plus
good.
4 to your stats. What's that? That's you took away 25% damage. 4 stat points versus 25% damage.
Do I want to be in shadow form? Got a feather fall all the time? I'm not about that life, right? The rest of it's pretty good, though. So we have 3 points. I kind of want to just go up the executioner's shot, I think.
Okay, I'll be back.
But it doesn't change that. What is it changing? We're just adding more weapon dice? Yeah, okay, I don't think I care about weapon... Oh, wait, no, here we go. Even on a successful save, it takes an extra X number of damage. Oh, I like this. Immune to negative energy? Alright, I'm in. Don't have to worry about this potion anymore. I don't know, I'm torn. Do we want 2 more dodge cap, or do we want to have just like +1 to all skills? I guess we'll take this. I don't know. It feels like the capstones are always, or the big things are always good, right? Consume. Dark imbuement. Executioner shot. Goes somewhere. Meld goes here. A bunch of extra boost can go here for now. But these are all boosts. Less threat generation. It's probably good. This is a thing I never use. This is a thing I use a lot. Okay, let's figure out how much of things we can get worked in here. So we know we need at least a 3. Like to have at least another 3. Like to have a 2, I believe. Alright, that gives us a 3, 3, 2, and a 1. Look at our charade over here. We need this. I'd like this. I'd like this. So there's our 3, 3, 2. And then we could 1 with a Stay Frosty. Or we could 1 with a Dance of Flowers. A 7% chance to do 3d20 additional cold damage and a 20% chance to slow enemies. I feel like Stay Frosty is probably stronger, right?
For ranged, yes. Just the slowing effect really makes more of a difference.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably a bigger deal. Alright, let's twist some stuff in. So, Otto's Whistler.
And by the way, the exact wording, sentient weapons and sentient artifacts no longer require being unequipped and re-equipped after a login to see their effects.
Yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're working on repairing the double. Doesn't mean they're not. Doesn't mean that they want it to be that way or not. Alright, pin was in the 5 slot. Also needs to go... No, not there. So it goes here.
I ain't gonna lie, I haven't seen any problems with it myself. When I read the forums, it seems to be just when you go to an artifact and you have the same art or filigree from the artifact to the sentient.
I said, I don't know.
Yeah, same.
We'll see what happens. You kind of got to go with the flow in a game. If they've decided that is not cool, then it's not cool. It's their
Personally, I
world,
didn't
we
even know
just
that was-
live in it. Alright, Stay Frosty.
I thought you just couldn't use, doubles, period.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I
I
like
guess
the
I'm back.
idea of being able to put one thing here, one thing there. Like, it's got a lot of nice perks to it. It lets people get a big power boost for not that much work by comparison.
Well, I'm gonna go, guys. Dinner's ready.
Alright, my friend, you have a great one.
You have a
Okay.
good one.
Yeah, we got the neighbors coming over again, so we gotta entertain. I gotta go dress presentable, I guess.
Don't forget 3 masks.
Oh yeah, especially here in London, man. It's pretty bad here. All right, guys. You have a good one over there in the States.
Alright,
Make it safe.
toodles.
Easy, everybody.
Okay. Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna get rid of these things. They're just taking up space. They're not that much experience. I'm not gonna worry about them right now. Okay.
Sounds like my life.
Yeah, taking up space and not that much experience.
I'm gonna stop. Oh, that's too funny.
Let's see. Can't use this guy anymore. So much of this gear needs to go back in the bank for later. This is also big level. Big level, big level. Where's my little throwing dagger? There it is. Okay. Let's get re-geared for level 20. Kind of either, but there are many rules that are not consistent over the A2, AC, 2-hit, MMRPR, pass, light, hand. Yeah, I agree. Getting stuff to be consistent is nice. We are pro consistency.
What is consistency?
It's the thing that would be nice if we had.
Oh wow, I haven't used this guy since Maybar.
Alright, that's 28. Keep that in mind. Ooh la la. That's 25. Although I don't think it's good for now. I'm not sure this is what we're going to wear either. That's just what I happen to have before I remembered I had this. Alright, let's start dragging scrolls down here too on occasion. Alright, things we know we need back. Need my Voice of the Master back. Probably need all my wall watch stuff back. Probably want this ring back. That's 21, but we'll get it handy. I honestly ended up using that ring for quite a bit. This was our dex item forever. There has to be, okay. There has to be, though. If there were no rule differences, no one would play D&D of MMOs. That's... There's a line that I use a lot for people called the balance through imbalance. And it's just something I feel is extremely true.
I believe classes should be what they are, not what they're not.
They are what they are. I think that you should be able to take things and make it what you want it to be. Like, I am a person who likes the idea of, you know, like, I want to set my wizard up to tank. God bless. Just like to roll things back in a not helpful way. Just like that conversation about if people want to dual box on the hardcore server. You should be able to do it. Just have some obstacles in the way. A gate, as it were. Where did I put the Voice of the Master? That gate is a lot of work for my wizard to tank. Alright, I'm about to get very annoyed.
Wow, I haven't used this guy in a long time.
Where? Oh, it's on my bar. There it is. Okay. It's like, I cannot find it. I'm about to be extremely irritated. What else are we missing? That we can't use yet. These we don't really need to worry about. This I took for someone sent it to me in the mail. Beef would like to request a song. This seems like a good time to do a song. I haven't done anything for a minute. Alright, verse 1. Can you feel it, see it, hear it today? If you can't, then it doesn't matter anyway. You will never understand it, because it happens too fast, and it feels so good, it's like walking on glass. It's so cool, it's so hip, it's alright. It's so groovy, it's out of sight. You can touch it, smell it, taste it, so sweet. But it makes no difference, 'cause it knocks you off your feet. Chorus. You want it all, but you can't have it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Verse 2. It's crying, bleeding, lying on the floor. So you lay down on it and you do it some more. You've got to share it, so dare it. Then you bear it and you tear it. Chorus again. You want it all, but you can't have it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's in your face, but you can't grab it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Verse 3. It's alive, afraid, a lie, a sin. It's magic, it's tragic, it's a loss, it's a win. It's dark, it's moist, it's bitter pain. It's sad, it happened, and it's a shame. I like that one a lot, actually.
Yeah, Faith No More, epic.
Chorus. If you want it all, you can't have it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's in your face, but you can't grab it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bridge. What is it? It is. 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 Then there's a guitar solo. That was me doing a guitar solo. You're welcome. Then we repeat the chorus and the bridge and the chorus again. So we end it with a you want it all, but you can't have it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's in your face, but you can't grab it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was good. I feel like you don't need that many great lines to make a song really interesting.
That was one of their best hits.
Like that was 3 great verses in my opinion. Just reading them, I don't know what they actually sounded like doing them. Probably much better than me, but 3 great verses. And
it's worth listening to. It really is.
It's not. It is. It's it. What is? I don't know. I just read what it had on the thing to the best of my ability.
What is it?
I don't know. I'd have to
hear it to get the context.
Well, that's just it. That's a big part of it, right? Like I'm reading something. Odds are I do not know these songs.
I'm actually surprised that somebody picked that one out.
That's Beef. Beef picks all the things.
That's Loaf, right?
Yeah, Loaf.
I don't know. I thought so.
Loaf Beef.
Football beef. Football.
Okay. Don't think we care about that. We could possibly use the wisdom, I guess. Wisdom for the wisdom saves. Oh no. I guess we'll leave this where this is right now, and we'll come back to gearing part 2 in a minute. I just wanted to take a look at some stuff. Alright. Let's go get all this experience from these sagas. Oh, Beef shared some football. And a goal.
Me and him together in a voice chat's terror. Your sides are gonna hurt.
It's sometimes really good in an evening stream where things can get crazy.
Oh yeah. Things always get crazy in the evenings.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, in the evening stream... Oh no, I forgot Madstone Crater with that group. Ugh. Alright, so Madstone's gonna have to be done later. That sucks. Quinn's barking. Apparently something serious is happening outside. Like someone's walking down her street.
Yeah, Squirrel's looking at him again.
What's this? Oh. Football block. Football catch. Alright, on the flip side though, I think we picked up an extra saga. One of these. Oh, we still have to do the Druid's Curse. I don't know, I'll have to check. Flute Boil. Skip this quest for free. Do I feel like I need to have a XP pot running? I have 8. Yeah, screw it. Still feel like I need to check all the sagas. I feel like the one I always miss that involves the Stormhorns, it's otherwise pretty completed. But perhaps not. Perhaps I...
Let the feast of souls begin.
Well, once I gear this guy up, I can run you through just to get the thing.
Oh, I'm not worried about it. I continuously on the TR train, so... at the moment. So this is missing the druid stuff. That must be what I'm thinking of, is that I just didn't do the druid stuff. So we might do druid stuff later. Okay. Let's see. So we have druid stuff. We have Three Barrel Cove. We have a quest out of Giant Hold we have to do. I don't think we finished all the... and we didn't do that chain at all. We did the Feywild chain, because we did that one last night. So we get a Feywild chain saga that we normally don't do.
That was actually quite fun.
So, normally the Feywild makes me really ill. Right? Like, my migraines usually trigger real bad, and I get nauseous, and I just have to lay down. Like, I just can't keep going. But last night we got through all of the Feywild and it didn't make me want to die. That was almost... well, that was 400,000 experience. That's a good saga. Alright, what...
I just gotta distract you.
I don't think it was that. I've been testing out this new medication for my migraines. And it seems to be like when you take it and... or for me anyway, it seems to be like when I take it and whether or not like some other factors are involved, I guess, that I've been experimenting with. And it seems to be helping with the pain quite a bit, much more than I thought it was going to. But there's no... hey, wait, I recognize that name, I think. There's, like, no possibility of driving or any kind of heavy machinery while you're doing it. Like...
I hate that kind of medication.
yeah. I don't have any Sharn sagas. That doesn't look like it. Okay. I mean, we did get to level 21. I was thinking that we were going to get one more level, or one more chunk of stuff out of here, but I plan on having the Giant Hold. No, it's not a solution all, but the Emgality really, really helps me. Yeah, this medication, assuming I can continue to get it, I think is probably the way I'm going to be going for the future. As long as it continues to work. Pretty sure I want combat archery first, right? Like 99% sure.
Yeah, I got the light sensitivity on my end.
Yeah, light sensitivity is one of my big triggers as well. This list has overwhelming critical first. What do you guys think? Is overwhelming critical better than combat archery first? It feels like you're doing more all the time from combat archery as opposed to on a 19 or 20
Yes.
with overwhelming critical.
From
like-
what you just said, yes.
feel like
Combat archery would probably be first.
Yeah, I feel like I'd flip those around, right? Yeah, combat archery first. In my opinion.
Well, it really depends. Do you crit a lot? Or, yeah.
Beef says you've never noticed a difference. You've done it both ways. I've heard
Just
that.
whatever your crit range is. If you've got a wide crit range, go
Well,
with
but the-
crit multiplier.
But that's only on a 19 or 20 anyway. So it doesn't matter how wide your crit range is. It's only on a 19 or 20. It means at best it's 10%. Get an extra die. Let's eat this now. Alright, which means this is equipable. Oh, I know what's missing. Knew we were missing a bunch of gear. We're missing the third piece of our wall watch set. That's probably important. Alright. It's not like the difference between mobs needing 2 attacks and needing 1 attack either way. That's probably fair. Alright. Are we currently wearing a wisdom item? Negative. Would he better have a wisdom item on or an intelligence item on? I think it's probably better to have the wisdom item on. I feel like I'm going to fail my wisdom save. So previously I was using the green steel on the way up. I don't really need the spell points, but it's nice to have the charisma skills all the time, I think. But it was just a holdover from the level 15. Yeah, it's literally just wisdom, so 4 more wisdom. Yeah, let's do this and not have to worry about switching for skills. It's probably the same. Alright, we need that other glove. The belt that we were using is the one from, yeah, this bronze scale belt. And then that leaves our cloak kind of as like a free slot for whatever we want. I think I was doing the strength-based one because it had vitality, not because it did anything useful. Yeah, I was doing this one. Is there a useful cloak at 20 or 21? Nothing leaps out at me.
Same, but
if I had,
there is Borderlands.
Yeah, if I the next time stuff goes around, I'm gonna be making like the level 20 mimic cloak and stuff like that. I bet the level 20 mimic cloak is great. I bet that thing is 10 out of 10. Alright, yeah, I guess we're just going to slap this on for now. Takes the decisions away and I don't have to worry about it. Alright, so I think we're geared up, ready to go. One of the things that we could do, allegedly, on a TR, or sorry, an epic TR, are, whatchamacallit things are still active. But I don't see them. Was I told incorrectly? Do we no longer have Reaper wings? Because I'm not spending any more money on them. Did not fall in love with them to that degree. Don't see any Reaper wings. Nope. Oh well, I guess there's more stuff that I have that I'm not going to go turn on. Throw it in the pile. Alright. Cosmetics. Do we want to change our look around? Since we don't have the Reaper wings to be all like emo. Yeah, let's do that. Let's mix it up. We did a similar build. Let's do a different look. At least that'll be a way to change the style of the character a little bit here. So cosmetic armor. Do our dark leaf armor instead of our heavy. Do our medium, and that'll give us our skirt. Do we want a cloak? Not really. And then what hat do we want to wear? Glowing red eyes. Oh, can we do the circlet? Did I do the circlet? I did do the circlet. Let's do the circlet. There we go. And have our party hat. What's this even give us? 5 to concentration skill. Heck yeah, concentrate harder. We're at a rave, y'all. Dun, dun, dun. Alright.
That'd be a different level of concentration.
What is our quest now? We have a little bit more time. Wow, I can't believe it took us that long to get ETR. It's such a long... Oh, here we are. I think we're gonna get in on this. Hey, is it up? Or are we still looking? I got a welcome, so I suppose that's good. Oh no, I used my key. I was short-sighted of myself, I think. Alright, so we get to, yeah, okay. We're good. I was making sure that it was up. We get to go and do Grim Disturbance Slayer, which is pretty great, actually. Oh, I know we didn't get on our bar. I know exactly what we didn't get on our bar. Ranged feats, please. We didn't put multitude of missiles on. We didn't put improved precise shot on. We didn't put precise shot archer's focus on. So yeah, this will be a, I don't want to say a fun way to end the stream because it'll be a little bit on the boring side, but it's going to be fun in the sense that we're actually going to work the way that the plan was and see how the plan works, at least for a little bit. So, for those of you who don't know what my plan was, in general, my plan on the Epic TRs is I'm going to try to unlock sagas on the first go-around on a life, right? And then on the second go-around, I'm going to focus on taking advantage of the Explorer Zone Slayer experience points boost and try to put those two things together to make it easier for the second path around to jump me to the points where I need to be to get the other half of the saga up and running. Like, for example, we didn't I didn't do the Three Barrel Cove saga, so I need to get to, I believe I did the other quest, but the House D quest, because they're low level, they're level 20, but I didn't do Three Barrel Cove. So they're a little bit higher. I tend to level past those. Stuff like that. And then this way I'm not prepping Explore Zones or anything like that weird while I'm at cap, trying to like boost myself up as high as possible a little bit lower. We're just taking advantage of the situation that's already there, because why, you don't need to jump, in my opinion, to like level 24 from level 20 by prepping all these Explorer Zones if you can get in the Explorer Zone, knock them out in an hour, and you're just like done. While we're here, why we're here. We got the experience. That's all I was looking for, was that experience. So anyway, that is my current mindset. I don't know if it's correct. I feel like it's probably pretty reasonable that way. Let's bluff up here also. Lock break. I feel like I know the lock break. Into my mind, that's the fastest way I think is going to be to get to level. Oh, that's the big guy. Oh, having that guy run around is bad. Yeah, this is asking for death here. Alright, let's actually switch to single target only DPS mode. It's going to be a little bit on the slow side, I think, since we don't have the ability to just waylay on this guy. I'll tell you, the damage always feels really good right at level 20 on this build, or 21 or whatever.
I'm usually still wearing level 8, 15 gear by that time.
Well, you are wearing your level 15 gear, but the content that you typically are doing, because you, in my experience, this is not true for all people, but in my experience, I feel like you spend an awful lot of your time in the same gear at level, on your level up. Because I don't spend very much time at level 29 and above. So, like, you know, I went from 27 to 30 last night, and here we are, level 21 again. Right? So, it's certainly a... For me, it's a window that feels really good. It sometimes is not always the largest. But also, since I usually jump in like Reaper or whatever is right away, it's also a big difference to be playing in heroics, or not heroics, in Explorer zones. Much different feel as well.
Let's toast our success with a feast of souls.
Alright, why? Oh, it's just display lag going on, I guess.
I have not seen any yet.
Well, I threw a bunch of daggers and nothing happened. And I was just trying to figure out what... Because then all of a sudden, like, all of them came through. Locke, would you like me to try to take the guy over and around out of the way a little bit? Or do you want to try to do that? Oh. Alright, let me... Yeah, I'm not the fastest single target DPS, but if we can keep him out of the way, then I can go back to a little bit more multiple stuff. Getting things in a line. This might be a little bit safer and quicker. As long as I can't accidentally target him, I should be able to clear through this stuff much quicker now. Anyway, oh, he reset too far. Here, I got his aggro now. You could probably AoE these guys a lot quicker. And then I can attack them from a distance with the not improved precise shot on. This is not... I need a good, reasonably high spot to park this guy. I guess I could just be back on this rock, right? Yeah, this will be fine. Yeah, hopefully this will go relatively quickly now. If you're on the Solana server and you're in those kind of like low Windows zone, 20 to... What's the cap out here? I don't even know. 25 probably? 24, 25? If you're in that low baby loan and you're looking for some fast experience, get somebody with the Grim Disturbance up and it can go very quickly.
Technically, I do have a 22.
If you would like to get a bunch of experience on your 22, Grim Disturbance is up.
Okay, let me go see. Go switch gear from one tune to another.
I'm going to have to make a rule that is a third rule. Instead, I'm just going to tease you about it. What, how do you switch gears between tunes? Like, that seems weird. I've heard of changing verses or octaves, but never gear.
Yeah, I got a couple Mythic 3s and some Reaper Mythics.
Oh, I get that, but how does a song know how to use a gear?
Oh, I have no clue.
Because a character uses gear.
You'd have to ask the gear maker.
Right, well that's what I'm saying, like, characters can use gear. I've never seen a song use gear before.
That'd actually be a really good armor, like proc.
Song armor?
Every time you hit it, like you hear a guitar riff.
No, I'm just a person that likes to give people a bunch of hard times over using tune to describe their character. I do not play a game with cartoons. I play a game with characters. On my character sheet, it says character. Anyway. Anybody else have any exciting or interesting shenanigans you want to talk about? We can get back in another fight about something else at some point. Said I realize this is not necessarily the most exciting experience per minute, but it is a pretty good chunk. In the 11 minutes we've been out here, we've gotten 70,000 experience points already.
I'm mistaken. The guy is level 24.
Okay, I don't know what the cap is for these things.
There's hardly any XP.
Looks like
loss
25, but 24 is pretty in my opinion, pretty easy to start getting into some other stuff. The challenge is getting high enough level that you feel like you can contribute easily in the Reaper quests, or significantly in the Reaper quests that are like 21, 22, etc. Level range in King's Forest is 20 to 25. And you get to feel like a king in Explorer Zones.
Very fine.
But thank you, Fizmit. I do not pretend to be the Encyclopedia DDO. That is not for me to do.
Very fine.
Just capped Grim yesterday on Kyber. Nice. Yeah, I don't know why more people don't jump on Grim Disturbance farming, to be honest. Other than, like, any Explorer Zone, it's kind of boring. Orchard is a lot more active, I agree. The difference with the Orchard is it's like bundles of action surrounded by a lot of run around chase. Where this is currently slightly smaller bundles. It would be bigger if we had more people in here. But bundles of action, but you don't have to run around and do the chase, so it doesn't feel as much movement. Sometimes in King's Forest, I'll just nod off.
It's hard to
That sounds terrible. Hey, baby girl, you want to come say hi to everybody? Come here. Oh, big ups. Oh, hi. Oh. This is how you liven up. This is how you liven up King's Forest. You get your dog to come sit on your lap. Yeah. Be careful to make sure I don't accidentally get the auto target or the target to pick up the other guy. What are you doing? You having fun today? You having fun today? I feel like you and I need to have a conversation, though. Just because the puppy has accidents in the house doesn't mean you're allowed to have accidents in the house. Somebody, I'm fairly certain it was you, had an accident where you weren't supposed to. I realize they're called accidents. But you know better. Yeah, you do. You know better. Are you just acting out because the puppy's getting away with it? Or did you just have an emergency? You guys haven't seen my new dog. You're missing out. Instagram.com/USS Fat Halfling. Here's a little video treat for you guys. She is not just puppy cute, she is legit just an attractive dog in general. Wish I could make a fat halfling in DDO. It's called a dwarf. It's a first life dwarf. Dogs are all the same. They lick on one end and poop on the other. Oh, man. I don't know about that. I've had a lot of dogs. Almost all of them are different. The poop hint. This is me experimenting with the my new GoPro. Still getting the hang of it. But she's got two different colored eyes, a blue eye and a brown eye, gray eye, and she's a tricolored dog. She's a tricolor. She's a Australian Shepherd. And then this is a phone quality can't picture or a video taken, which is part of the reason I'm experimenting with the GoPro instead from now on. There she is. A little close-up video. So you never get a puppy to hold still long enough to just take a picture. So yeah, USS Fat Halfling on Instagram if you're into that. Bus build videos and bus build or pictures, stuff like that on the bus build. And other just generic shenanigans. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, if you're an Insta person, you know what I'm talking about. What are you doing? You're a cat person. Your last cat lived 17 years. She had one blue eye, one green eye. It was very cool. Yeah, our last cat, Cece, passed away about almost 2 years ago now. Almost, not quite 2 years ago now. And we had her for 14-ish years, I think, give or take. And we rescued her from the pound. So we're not exactly sure how old she was to start with. But she was one of those like yellow and striped cats. Kind of like how they draw Garfield. But we were trying to not purposely downsize our pets, but trying to reduce the number of space we need in our bus. So as our animals have passed away in the last couple of years, we've not re-expanded our family. But this last dog passing, Jersey passing, really took us by surprise. He passed away at 9, and 13 to 16 is like the average life expectancy for his breed. So it kind of took us by a big surprise, and we didn't want to be raising a puppy in the bus, but we want to make sure that, like, my wife and I both are big dog cuddlers, so we like to have our dogs cuddle. Not really, not yet. It's not really my build, but I will be doing a strict video on it. I just did the ETR for the start of this video, so over on my YouTube channel, the whole beginning of this stream would be the whole like ETRing process, kind of showing my thinking process and everything along the way. But I'll be making a write-up for it and a proper build video on it pretty soon. Yeah, the thing about it that I don't like, that I just made a mistake, was I took 7 ranger levels instead of 11 rogue levels. If you take 11 rogue levels, you get 1 more sneak attack die, instead of 1 more base attack bonus and improved wild empathy instead of the sneak attack bonus. The sneak attack bonus is probably more valuable. It's probably much more DPS in the grand scheme of things. I would generally recommend the 11-6-3 split instead. But I really like it. I feel like in the most part it has really solid saves. Right now our fortitude save is a little weak, but at 29 I'd have to look again, but I know my fortitude save was 108 or something like that at 29, and then our fortitude save was reasonable. Our will save was trash, but our fortitude save was reasonable.
Delicious. It's hard to eat just one.
Hi.
By the way, Mobobo is me.
Oh, hi. Mobobo.
Yeah, clown characters.
Mine. Oh,
Oh no, I haven't decided for sure what our last ASMR life is going to be. I really do like throwers though in general. Like, I think Dagger in particular is in an exceptionally good spot, having essentially 2 trees. Like having Knife Fighter to go with like whatever else you pair it with, whether it's Deepwood Stalker or Swashbuckler or both or whatever. Like Knife Fighter tree going together with things just feels really solid to me. Yeah, I heard him say that it will be soon, which means rip to Lab. Slab was literally saying last night how he hopes it's not going to be tomorrow that they announced that Lamani is going to be live so they could be testing, because he's got some epic lives to do, or some TRing to do. He's currently in on a quarterstaff monk build. He just had the craving and felt like doing something fun, and it is not the best in epics. No! Don't kill the guy. Don't kill the red name, please.
Don't kill.
That was you. Ha ha.
My bad.
Great. I lost control of him. Alright, I lost control of the red name, so either leash him so I can get it back, or it's your job, Mobo. Hi, I know you want...
My bad. It's all my fault.
No, it's not a big deal, just want to be careful to make sure we don't get him killed, or otherwise we are on the find this explore point again. Honey, I'm giving you all the attention I can afford to give you right this minute.
Okay, that was not the ground.
Yeah, run him so he leashes. I'll retake control of him. Leash him, lock, and I'll grab him again. Alright, the red name just white dotted. Nobody attacking, please. Alright, now you guys can go over there and start working on stuff again. I play an Acrobat Rogue. I like the combat stuff. I like the Acrobat Rogue stuff too. Like, I think quarterstaffs are also fun. And they're in a much better spot now than they have been in the recent past because of the strike-through bonuses. Alright. We have reestablished. You, Donkey, have certainly brought a little bit of extra fun to the stress to the Explorer Zone.
My bad. I didn't hear the plan. I had to listen to the wifey.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, as long as the red name is alive, the spawn continues to spawn every like 4 seconds or so. And then, honestly, not everybody has to be right here. As long as people are in the zone, it'll continue to ramp up. So, like, if people wanted to go explore, a couple people wanted to go explore, it'd be fine. But this is not my house. I'm just living in it right now. But yeah, we did Thief Acrobat not too long ago. I had a lot of fun with it. I also do... If you're interested in like weird builds, Bismite, there's I did a cleric monk quarterstaff build on the shifter platform, taking advantage of the Howl Mass Fear ability out of the shifter tree, and that was very fun. It was not, I think, good in epics, but it was very fun in heroics. Besides 3 rogue past lives, what would you say is the next best past life for an Acrobite rogue? It really depends on what you want to do, right? If you're going to be tripping, the DCs are probably, like, trip DCs are probably right up there. If you are doing int to damage, which I don't know if you are or not, you could be, but you probably are dex. So you probably want to look at your stat lives pretty heavily. Yeah, dex to damage. So you want to take a look at your dex lives, your racial dex lives. What is here in your fur? Hi. You just sit and behave. We have another couple of minutes so we can sit and hang out and try to get this these Slayers done. It shouldn't take too much longer. I find that it takes a little less than an hour to knock out all of the Slayer zone. And in this half an hour so far, we've gotten 250,000 experience in the 29 minutes that we've been out here, give or take. So that's like the equivalent of 2 legendary, like, Feywild quests right now. Went down? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Yeah? Okay. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate seeing you. I know I don't get to see you that much when I'm working, so it's nice for you to come and have a chance to actually sit and play. Oh, man. I know this is going to be probably too much information, and it's certainly not going to be worded appropriately for the daytime stream, and I apologize for all those things. Do you ever have a day where you can't but sit on your dong? Like you're having a big dong day and you just can't, like, no matter where you put it. I know why. I know why. It's because I'm currently not wearing a pair of MeUndies. I'm wearing like old cotton boxer briefs, and they don't have the same support. But man, I just, like, every time I move, I'm pinning my dangling underneath my leg.
I know it's my hat. I know it's my hat.
Your little mind control hat, huh? I know, I switched to my, we're going to the disco hat. Oh, man.
Okay, I'm only on for a little bit.
Yeah, I usually take a break around 2 to get, that's when I break my fast usually, is from 2 to 6. But Grim Disturbance is too. Have a good one, Fizbit. Good, appreciate you stopping by. King's Forest is like so difficult to get a group for, unless you're the one that's doing it. Then you got to hunt him down usually by yourself first. So catching somebody else who has already done the hard work of farming it up is pretty good. Like I said, I recognize Lockbreak, I'm pretty sure, as a viewer who's done this for us in the past, so... If you're watching Lockbreak, thank you. Appreciate you taking the time to farm this up for us. Not necessarily for us, but I'm taking advantage of it, so for us. Yeah, when we're done with this, I'm gonna probably take my lunch break, go get some breakfast. I should run to the store.
Delicious. It's hard to eat just one.
I'm basically out of keto option carbs. This is probably for the best. I have these packages of they're like not brats, they're like half brat, half hot dog. I don't know. Maybe there's this small brat, I don't know. But they've been very good, and I've been wrapping them in a tortilla. Like, I'll make one of them and put it in one of the carb balanced tortillas. But I don't have any more of those today, and they sound good. But maybe I'll just make them with, like, I'll split them in half and fry them like you'd fry other sausages. Maybe. First I was afraid, I was petrified. You don't have a GH on you, do you? Donkey? I don't think Donkey's listening. I think he's got his ears off. I don't think in our current gear setup we have fear immunity slotted in on the wall watch set. No, we don't. So we should probably just do that somewhere and just slot it in. Last I checked, though, I think it was not working completely correctly. It doesn't look like I have one anyway. I'll have to go get one. I think you can turn them in the 12, or not the 12, the giant hole. Our brave leader is getting a snack. I must have talked too much about food, because now not only am I hungry, but we've driven away our leader to go get something to eat. Oh, by the way, we're at almost 500,000 experience points in
going for the shrines.
40 minutes. Okay, so the trick to keep the mob spawning is the red name isn't dead. So for the Grim Disturbance Portal, which is a rare encounter, as long as the red name is alive, the portal will continue to spawn monsters. So because I have the aggro of the mob, or of the red name, and he really can't get me, like I'm taking a little bit of damage occasionally, but not very much, and it's well within my ability to regenerate from lay on hands. It's not a big deal at all.
There's a shrine right there where I was.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it's part of the rare encounter, killing him closes the gate and gives the experience points. He's not actively summoning the mobs. So, like, it's not like a Mephit summoning other Mephits. Yeah, so think of it like, you're familiar with the orchard, right? The same kind of encounter happens in the orchard, except the number of mobs are limited, right? Because there's not a red named, I think, that's tied to that in particular. There are just all, like, trash mobs. Like, a trash mob opens the portal and then, like, summons waves of elementals. It's the same thing, except this has got a red name that's tied to it. You're guessing it's not dev intended? I believe it was. I believe they built this one like that. And then people didn't do Explorer Slayers for a long time. It was not very popular until like the last 8 months or so, give or take. So when it became popular and the orchard started causing problems for people, I think it's one of the things that got shifted. What made them more popular? I think it's just a matter of people realized that the Slayer experience is a very efficient way in epic levels. Again, like I said, we're coming up on 60 minutes in the quest. We're about to hit the 5,000, which I think is the cap for this zone. And we've earned almost 500,000 experience points. I also think the changes to the... I don't know if they were changes or necessarily, but the way the Reaper stuff, they adjusted it some time ago to be a little bit more forgiving in epics. So I think it's 6 levels now for Reaper and epics. So getting a little bit more of an XP boost so you can get into the epics that you want. It's a little different. What's my talk button in DDO? My DDO talk button is F. But I have a Merc Stealth keyboard. So this is what my keyboard looks like when it's clean and new. So right here is my F key. So I've talked a lot about what's easy buttons for me to hit. 1 through 5 and 7 through 9 are easier to hit than like 10, 6, and 11. And hitting control and like a 1 through 10 button or whatever is basically impossible. For me. Because I can't move my pinky down to do that. It's very easy to activate those buttons like shift and stuff when I'm not trying to also hit F1 or the other buttons. I really love this keyboard, by the way. It changes colors, so like right now mine's purple, but I can like switch it to blue or red. And then you can set it there, you can have it rotate. You can do lots of things with it. I really love it. And then it also has like volume plugins. up here. So if you hook it up through the USB, you can plug in your headphones and microphone right to the keyboard. It's got 2 extra USB slots on it. I really love this keyboard. What you don't want to do right now is look for buying one. A used one right now is $430. Which I have a spare. I bought a spare while they were on sale, or not when they were on sale, before the price went up on them. You built your current PC for less. Yeah, they're a very good keyboard. I don't know why they got kind of discontinued. I love it. I love it a lot. Yeah, gifted a processor does help quite a bit. I know. When I bought this thing a few years ago, I should have bought an i9 processor, but I didn't quite feel like I had the budget, so I ended up going with the AMD processor of like the equivalent power. But I wish now I would have got an i9, so I could have of a similar power, so I could invest now in a bigger processor without having to upgrade like the motherboard as well.
Wish I would have went with the Ryzen myself.
Well, I put this thing together on a pretty steep budget for a streaming computer. Like I put it together for like just under $1,200 or something like that. Which for me at the time felt like a lot of money.
My computer's going to be providing movies to the whole house. I needed to do that.
Yeah, and like this is my full-time gig, but we didn't know what kind of return on investment we're going to get. And the computer has paid for itself now, but it doesn't pay for itself like yearly. I don't quite make like $1,000 a year right now on Twitch. Certainly the last 6 months has been better than the last 6 months with all the people at home. The donations and stuff like that, especially people donating on Patreon, is a very big help. But and people, of course, with Amazon Prime, learning that they can support a streamer for free every month also really helps. So if you're an Amazon Prime person, you should definitely tie your Amazon and your Twitch accounts together so you can give that sub away to a streamer. It doesn't have to be me. I, of course, appreciate it, but you should not leave that money on the table if you're an Amazon Prime subscriber. So, like, all those different things really help out at the end of the year. So, it's definitely paid for itself a couple of times, but since then,
yeah,
all
I got the i7 7700K.
Yeah, had I bought a bigger, more expensive processor, then I could have upgraded it now, and I think it would have been worth the trade-off for some newer games coming out in the next couple of months that I'd like to get into the stream.
Yeah, these things do not like Meteor Swarm.
No, they don't have very many hit points. Remember, it's just a level 1, or not a level 1 even.
So I'm an enchanter focus. So.
Yeah, it's just a little. It's a level 20 Explorer Zone. Alright, so there's 750,000 experience points in 45 minutes. I actually need to double check the DDO wiki to make sure I don't accidentally waste a bunch of experience. I don't think we will. I think we're pretty much right on track. Level 20. Let's see, we have 21 done. 22 is 1.9. So we have 300,000 experience points to go. So yeah, we should be good. Hey, there's Shu. I'm not streaming from the road yet, no. But, for those of you who don't know, Christmas? No, it wasn't Christmas. It was my Christmas. The week after Christmas, New Year's Eve weekend. We went to Christmas with my mother, and we pulled the trigger on the wood-burning stove, so we got that ordered. We got the email yesterday that it was being shipped, so we should have it in the next 10 days or so. So,
Nice.
we are one major step closer to being ready for the road. Also, hi Shu. We were just talking about you. How have you been? Hopefully good. Or at least better. Well, it's got to be better. Whether it's 1% better or 5% better, it's gotta be at least hopefully at least a little better. Oh no, we still have problems around here when because we had Jersey pass away on us unexpectedly a little over a month ago now. So we still get the sads. I know you got a lot of layers to your onions, so I imagine it'll take a while for that thing to process. But hopefully, at least it's a little bit better than it was when everything was fresh. But, you are certainly missed and loved, my friend. People are asking about you quite often. Hoping that you're well. Oh, man. Explore zones, they just take it out of you. You get in a groove and you... At least this one, we have a good farming spot. Man, the leader is like taking a serious lunch break, huh? Or is he back? No, he's back. Okay. I haven't drank my tea yet today either. Drunk all my tea or taken my vitamins today. You gotta hide from the Rona. Take your vitamins, kids. Yeah, things just... I'm not going to say that Explorer Zones are fun. They can be fun, especially if you're doing something else. But, it's a nice break. If you're... It's especially great if you're, like, watching a stream or watching a video or, you know, listening to a podcast. One of those things that you want to engage your mental facility mostly on, but you still want to be progressing forward in your D&D campaign or your D&D adventure.
I got 95.
There's more shrines if you need to go, if you want to go pop another shrine.
It's been 15 minutes. I should be able to do the shrine.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah, you said that I told people that you were saving up for to also join me in the bus world, aka the or the bus, van, whatever, box truck.
You're so close with accomplishment.
I don't think you need to go so crazy on the plan. It's good to have a good plan, but you don't have to like design everything in advance and map out every single detail to start with, because it's going to change. 6x6 ex-military truck. Well, I'll tell you, I've seen some people do some really cool things. I think the biggest piece of advice that I could give somebody that is looking to do a conversion is to just start watching YouTube channels. Watch bus people, watch van people. There's some solo camper people. And listen to the things like people put out inevitably 10 things I like videos and 10 things I hate videos, like about their vehicle, the thing that they build, or they'll do like things that we wish we would have done different, or things that we're going to change. Like there's always those, and the more of those I watch, the more I think, man, I'm really glad I caught this first, because it's not a thing that I would have thought of in advance. Yeah. Like I said, I'm glad that you found the realization that you could can be free, be mobile. Get out there, do that camping, do that other stuff. Like I think it's great. I think it's going to have some challenges that I was afraid of, and that's why I didn't do it with the kids. But I think with a good plan, it's be really good. Be really good for you guys. I don't think we're going to get another 1,000 in 6 minutes. I think we slowed down a
I'm
little
working
bit.
it.
It's going to be close.
If I was here earlier.
Oh, I'm not too worried about that. I was just looking up thinking, oh, we got 6 minutes left on our pot. I don't really want to drink another one. I'm mostly just thinking that I'm hungry. I hear the boss walking around now.
Yeah, I need like 1,100 and I'm maxed.
Yeah, that's just it, Chew. Like I think you're really gonna. I think it'll be good. I think it'll be good to get the kids out there and do some stuff. Like my wife is constantly complaining that she wished we would have taken Remington like camping more or whatever. And like had I discovered this earlier in life, because when my wife and I got married 22 years ago almost now, we both had we went to some premarital counseling, and the pastor goes, who did the counseling, went, okay, you guys each need to have a life goal and figure out whether or not those life goals can work together. And my wife said that she wanted to travel. She wanted the ability later in life to be able to travel. And I said that the thing that I really want to do is to be able to design and build my own home. I want it to be my home, not buy somebody else's home and live in it. So when we discovered the idea of bus life, van life, etc., tiny house living, it was kind of like the aha moment for both of us. Like, this is how we can do both things. We can have our own home, it's custom for ourselves, and we can still travel and always be home. Which, always be home is really important with my migraines, because when they flare up really bad, I don't want to be on the road with a really bad flare-up. I don't want to be, you know, I don't want to be in like a 2-week vacation somewhere when I have 4 days of a migraine flare-up and I can't leave the hotel room. Like, it's not good. Where instead, if my home's always on my back and I need to take like and I need to like have 4 days or whatever, because we're already home, we can just extend our trip or whatever a few more days while I recover from the migraine flare-up. So I wish we would have discovered it earlier, because I could have done this 10 years ago, and then we could have taken Remy out and did these camping trips, weekend trips, etc. We could have went out and did things instead of, when we went to Gen Con, you stayed at a hotel and do all that stuff. We could have driven the bus to Gen Con and stayed there, or any other convention. Like, it would have been wise had I discovered this life earlier. The 4-year-olds, it'll be what they know. The 9-year-olds is really excited to do this, and the other one's like, meh. Yeah. Like I said, I know a bunch of people do it with their kids. I know a bunch of people who are excited to do it with their kids. I would have liked to had it for trips, but I don't think I would have liked it for a lifestyle long term with the kids, with Remy. A teenage boy with an open air bathroom. That sounds like a recipe for things that you don't want to know about. But, I don't know. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I really hope that this summer we can get going. I get this thing installed by the end of February, hopefully. Fingers crossed. I can have a few nice days to knock it out. And then, if that's nice in February, then, installed in February, then it's really just finishing work. Yeah, like, there's some big parts of it that still need to be figured out. Like, I haven't figured out the hot water heater situation. And there's still some, like, big buys. Like, I still need to buy at least 1, probably 2 more batteries. I need to buy 1 more solar panel, at least. Figure out how to get it mounted. Stuff like that. Like, a few things here, a few things there, but most of the complicated stuff will be handled, and then I'll just be a lot of finishing work. So I'm debating for hot water on if I just want to do an electric, like 5-gallon water tank, or if I want to go ahead and set up like a propane on-demand hot water. The thing is right now I've intentionally built the bus where I don't need propane. Doesn't mean I couldn't add propane, but I built it and designed it so I won't need propane. So part of me is like, but the other part of me doesn't want to have a constant drain on my batteries for hot water. I also don't want to have the wood-burning stove running all the time for hot water or any other resource. Like, I'm excited to have it for when I want it, but then I want it to be out of the way when I don't want it. Alright, that's me capped out. Does someone want to come take the aggro? Or I can just white dot him and somebody else can come grab him.
I just need a little bit more. I only need 88 more.
Yeah, you should just need a couple more waves, then you should be good. My reliance on propane fuels will be minimal as well. Yeah, I just don't want to... Like, we'll have gas, and that'll be it, right? Gas, wood-burning stove. The stovetop is... Alright, guys, take care, good luck, and thanks again. I appreciate it. The, excuse me. The, yeah, we did waste some experience. Hopefully not a lot. Shouldn't have been too many. I didn't look to see what the final total was. Like 300,000. We needed like 300,000, so we probably wasted like 40,000 experience or something.
Technically, I need 7,500.
Yeah, that's
I could have went for longer, but I gotta get ready to go.
Yeah. No one can blame me for that. What was your question? Did you say something, Donkey?
Oh, I'm just stating stupid shit. I'm ready to level to 25.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna run back out here and grab like one of these explorer dots that I didn't grab the last go around, and that should get to 23. You're not planning on any gas? Going multi-fuel engine so you can use diesel, Pinot, or whatever. Yeah, I would not be opposed to setting that up, but the school bus is already configured for diesel. So for now, it's not a big deal. The diesel engine should, without too much effort, run other combustibles. But I'm not going to have a place to store that stuff, so
It may seem folly to say,
that's my big concern. But honestly, if stuff starts getting really crazy and I drive my bus to a handful of different lakes in various mountains or whatever, like in Arizona, and I just have to park my bus next to a lake in Arizona where it's relatively nice most of the time because it's a little bit higher up in elevation, and I have to like walk into town or something, so be it.
Hey, I gotta head out, so I will see you later.
Alright, buddy, have a good one. We'll see you again soon. Thanks for all the help again.
Hey, it's what little I can do.
Well, fireballing all those guys away sped that up quite a bit. Alright, speaking of getting out of here, it's that time. It's over that time. But, yeah, look at that. We Epic TR'd. We're level 23. We didn't have to worry about anything other than gathering our sagas that we picked up before and doing that one Explorer Zone. We burned one XP potion, well, part of an XP potion, and one Slayer pot. Pretty good rate of return, I think. Pretty good rate of return. Alright, everybody. I'm going to get out of here. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. There are lots of other really good DDO streamers out there. Consider visiting them. Again, I'm going to link my YouTube channel, youtube.com/SamusGarobo. Feel free to go over there and visit. And I'm also going to link my Patreon page one more time. Patreon.com/Samus, a great way to support the stream. 93% of your donation goes to the streamer, give or take. 93, 92, somewhere in that ballpark. So, I hope you guys come back again soon. I should be back around 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. I'll see you guys then.